James, another place in a final confirmed after a 6-0 win against the reserves. It's an irrelevant scoreline today because it was all about celebrating the club and the fact that we have two teams in the semi-finals of the County Cup. Are you overall pleased with how today went? Because I think that was the most competitive 6-0 you'll ever see.
I did actually ask for 6-0 before the game from the players because I wanted us to perform well at the beginning, middle and end of both halves and to let goals come out of a good performance. So actually over the course of the game we feel it's a scoreline that reflected a good performance. It was a really good day for the whole football club, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
What did the young ones get out of today?
I think it's a big competitive game for them. It's definitely going to be the biggest game that they're going to play all season. So to put yourself up against a Tier 3 side, nice big pitch, stadium pitch, and really get a look at what it is that they've got to work towards if that's where they want to be. And I think they've done themselves some real justice today.
So it's more of a stress game for the players and for the young players in the reserve team squad, and they are very young, 16, 17, 18, pretty much. I think 90% of them are those ages, and you have players today like Lily Wolstenholme played up against two older players who train and play with the first team squad every week, and she's been put under really good stress there. It's only going to help her. If Maya Lane play underloaded in the front line against an experienced back three, it's only going to help her. So hopefully a really positive day, and a day where we had people walking away talking about footballers, talking about good football as well. So everybody's left today with an opinion on some of our young players, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's good to see what the future holds for the club. Got some great young players there. They want to push for the first team, and again, they've had that opportunity today to really see what it is to be a first team player. So I'm really pleased with that, and I think they are too.
Yeah, definitely. And the game was a perfect opportunity for the reserves to show what they can do. And every single one of them can be proud of themselves, can't they? Jamie and Vinny and the rest of the pathway are doing an excellent job.
We're really grateful for the work that Jamie's doing, leading the group, and Vinny assisting Jamie in working as a team together. We knew we needed the right person and the right people for the role. Otherwise it wouldn't work, even if we recruited well with the players. And we've got the right people. So now we're much stronger in terms of the first team. It's the function of the reserve team is to support the first team, and then the flip side is that we'll help those young players while they're here, and the ones who push, give themselves a fantastic opportunity of playing first team football later on. Some of them are already dipping into first team football now, and hopefully many will play for this football club in the future. And I think, look, if we go back a year, first team played the development team in the quarterfinals of the County Cup, and the game was no good at all. There was not any quality football on show really. Nobody really left talking about players. That was a year ago. So this is now where we're at. We've had both teams playing a real high energy style, and look, if the reserve team had sat on the edge of their box and just whacked it up the pitch, they wouldn't have conceded as many goals. No one would have gone away talking about players. It would have cheapened the work that had been done this season, which is a lot of really good work because we trained side by side. So we wanted the game to be played in a good spirit. We wanted good football to come out of it, and we wanted it to be competitive in every moment of the game. And we got those three things. I think that's real progress over the last year. And every single person who came to watch the game today had a positive experience, and the players will squeeze a lot out of it as well.
Yeah, I mean, to reiterate, 16 to 18 year olds on bulk there, and this is a new team this year. So they're a new group together. They've been working well together from the start of the season. We've seen some real positive results coming out of it. And we talk about results, it's not just the scorelines, it's the football being played. And just seeing them really, really come along and talking to each other and realising where the gaps are, where they need to work. I just don't think we could ask for much more than that at the moment, can we?
No, so we're happy, and when the young players come into the first team, they're hitting the ground running.
They can fit in really well, and the nice thing is the first team players are inviting them in. They're taking them under their wing, and they're really helping them out, which is what, again, all we can ask for. So
Brilliant.
Really happy with it.
And this competition means a lot to the club, and I don't believe we've ever won it back to back. So how good would it be to retain the trophy in front of hopefully another big crowd supporting the team at Colchester?
Chance to do it this year now. So there's something in the bank, a stage set there for us to go and perform on, to compete on. We'll know it will be a tough game, but I think our players will thrive within that environment, and it should be a day for the whole club to enjoy and to celebrate. But I think you'll see the best of our players that day. You were there last year, Jamie, watching.
Great game. From a fan's point of view, great atmosphere. Nice to see a lot of the club over there, from the youth section through to volunteers, all their support in the team. I think a lot of people forget it was a tough day, because obviously 2 FA Cup finals in a row. It was the second one, so girls had played 90 plus minutes the night before, doing the same again. It was a tough day, but they went out there, they did the job, and I think that's the thing at the end of the day. When you've got silverware on the line, brings the best out of most players. So, great game.
And James, one for you. Coming up next is a big game midweek on Wednesday against Chatham in the league. How important is getting 3 points in that one?
We need to perform well. You know, we want 3 points, and we're desperate for 3 points in that game. We need to perform well, and we need to perform well in every part of that game. Chatham are a good team. I watched a lot of their games this season. They've been unlucky in a lot of their games. I think there's a small handful of teams in our league that have been unfortunate so far, and I think there's small teams in our league that have been quite fortunate with results. You know, because we know in football something, you know, a tiny detail can make the difference to 1 point or nil, or 3 points or 1. So, and I think Chatham have probably been on the flip side of that. Good team, powerful, and look, we need to be at our best, right? But we need to be at our best in every part of the game. I think in recent games we've performed well in periods. It's not enough. We now need to stitch 90 minutes together, and if we do that in and out of possession, and I think show what we showed today, and raise it to the level of our league, then I think we can have a fantastic day. But what we showed today was, I think, decent work rate, and we'll need to be sprinting. We'll need to be absolutely physically at it on Wednesday. We've taken better care of the ball today, and we need to do that as well on Wednesday. And we know when we've got the ball we can play. We know when we haven't got the ball we can be organised, and we need to be very, very sharp in between in those transitional moments to give the absolute best chance for us to squeeze 3 points out of that game for this football club. And we know that if the players can perform consistently well through the game, they've got a fantastic chance of doing that.